Hello, it's been a while since I took a video. Today I have a Samsung laptop. I think this is the Series 5, the Ultrabook series or whatever. The specific model name for this model is np700z5b-w01ub. And if you have, any laptop that looks like this, I'm pretty sure the Series 9, Series 3 Ultrabooks, they all have the same layout, has same design. So the way to open these machines are pretty much similar. So I'm gonna show you today how to open these machines, and also going to show you how to um, take off this part, take off the screen part to replace the screens also. Um, I'm going to do this part later because it is easier to work on when I take this whole thing off. So I'm going to show you how to take this apart first to get to the motherboard. All you need is a Phillips screwdriver and a magnet, really strong magnet to get the screws out, and something to pry off. I found my precious flathead screwdriver, but if you have something better, you can use it. So there are screws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, including the RAM slot. So you're going to take that off. So I took off that one first. Second, third, fourth, fifth one. There's no like fast forwarding or any of that special effect on this video, so you can just do it at the same time as I go by. And this one is and these screws are, if you look at it, the heads are pretty weak, so you can strip them pretty easily, so watch out for that. Make sure, oh shit. Ah. Alright, and for last, you have to take off the memory cover. And then the screw size for the memory cover is different. They're shorter than the other ones, so make sure you separate them. And then you take off the RAM cover. Here it comes off. And then, before you take off everything else, take out the SD card. If you have anything in there, take it off. And then now the motherboard is, this bottom cover chassis is, you can take that off. They designed it like MacBook Pros. I don't know why. It's like the most inconvenient design to work on. This wasn't done by me, by my customer, but I'm gonna use the advantage of it to start prying off. So you put a pry bar in here and then just kind of lift it like that. And then there's a notch over here. And then you can kind of hear this popping noises as you go by. And at a certain point, once you take off the bottom lines out, take off the side. Take off the side and you're good. Fold it. And then this bottom section comes apart. See that? There's a bottom part. Now it's off. Now put that somewhere safe. And then now you see the motherboard, but you see a lot of stuff to take apart. First of all, we're going to start off from the hard drive. There are certain orders that you have to take out these parts. So the hard drive comes first. Whoa, that screw is busted. Somebody tried to open this before. And then also these screw sizes are different. And then now, how am I going to take this off? Yeah. Alright, so that one's not coming out. This is my tip. Get a huge one. Alright, what I managed to do is somehow just kind of let it hang like that. Not the greatest idea, but nothing else I can do. At this point, you should be able to take that off. You know, take this cable off and then put that somewhere safe. I'm just going to leave it there. And there's a screw here. It's going to be holding the battery right here. And then you're going to take that off. Okay, now that screw's good. And then you're going to slide the battery towards the hard drive like that. And then this whole thing comes off. There's a connector right there. Don't need to do anything, just gently pull it. There you go, and there comes a battery. If you need to replace the battery, that's how you do it. Now, since we took off the hard drive and the battery, now next thing we have to take off is this. So there's a screw over here, right here. You need to take that off, and then from this point, the screws are much shorter. So now you're going to separate that, put it somewhere else. And then there's a screw over here. This is the speaker assembly, and then what we're doing right now is taking off the speaker assembly. And there's a one over here beneath the Wi-Fi antenna cables. Sometimes you have to move that cable. And then there are a total of two screws that are holding the DVD-ROM. One by the keyboard connector, which comes off, and then one of the left corner right here. And then there's no more screw, so what you're going to do, gently take off the speaker assembly, and then you're just going to push it out. There it comes off. Now put that somewhere safe. Now we have the full access to the motherboard. All we gotta do is just take off some screws and then it'll come off. And then at this point, what we're gonna do here, take up these Wi-Fi antennas. There's a total of 2 Wi-Fi antennas. Black is number 1, and the second is a silk gray one is auxiliary. And then you just get it off, and then there it comes off. So Wi-Fi wires are just kind of hanging. And then there are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws that are holding the motherboard. And they look like this. Right there. It has that little black mark with the yellow circle. Then the first one comes off. These screws are same size as the one that you unscrew from the DVD-ROM. And the second one is right here. I know I need a helmet camera. The third one is right beneath the screen cable. Comes off, and there it is. It's holding the fan. Now, when you take off the motherboard, I don't know for whatever reason you're taking it off. It's a great idea to clean out the fans, because it's really easy. That you don't have to make your room dusty and crap. And then there's a screw over here, 2 by here. two's over here and one's over here. Actually, that could be 7 screws. And then I took all the screws off. You don't need to take out the Wi-Fi card, and I wouldn't, just leave it there. And now there's this connector, and there are these 2 connectors. What I would do is just lightly pull it. Actually, for this one, you can pop out the black part. Actually, how do I do this? Yeah, I'm just gonna pull it. Yeah, just pull it. And then for the keyboard, you're gonna have to pop out the you're gonna pop out that black part gently, so you don't break off these pins. And then don't take it off yet. And then you're going to take off this black and red cable. Just gently pull the table, and then it comes off. And then that's all this cables you need to take it off. And then now gently take it off, and then make sure the keyboard connector comes off, and there it comes off. That's the motherboard. From this point, what you can, yeah, that's how the motherboard looks like. There's an onboard memories over here, and that's the extra RAM you can put it in. And that is the south bridge, north bridge. No, that's the south bridge. And there is the north bridge, and there is the, actually, that's the north bridge. That's the graphics card, and that's the CPU. Sometimes you might have to reflow it for a reason. I don't know, just leave it like this. You can go access more further by taking these screws off that are holding CPU and GPU. They're total 7, and then this whole fan assembly comes off. Make sure you take off these 2 keyboards. And then when you put it back on, I'll tell you what to do with these connectors. You simply just kind of push it in. With the flathead, there's a, oh, that was pretty easy. You simply just slightly put it in there, and then this black top thing comes off, and then you're gonna cover it. There you go. That's how you put it back in. Same thing with this. Oh, this one actually, the white one opens up. And then close the white one. There it goes. Well, I'm going to take it apart. So now you don't want to put that like on a carpet or anything. You want to put it somewhere you can, someone safe from static electricity. And I'm going to leave this hard drive. I'll screw this hard drive. Yeah. So from this point, what you can do is separate the screen from the motherboards. So from this part, it's more like how to replace the screen. There are total 4 screws that are holding the hinges, and these screws are different from other screws, so make sure you put it separately. So once you take out these 4 screws, 2 are right here, these 2, and then 2 are right here, these 2, and then get one of these. You're going to give it a little space, put this in between there, and then just kind of pry it up a little bit like that, and then do the same thing for the other side. And then this bottom whole thing assembly just comes off. It should. If it doesn't come off like here, you need to pry it off even more. and that should be good. There, the bottom part comes off. Now that's really how you change a keyboard. Ha! Yeah, it's really inconvenient. I don't know why they designed it like that. And for the screen, this laptop, actually the issue was it has cracked screen. And it seems like my customer tried to do something with it. See? Does not look pretty. And there's no screw if you notice it. And there's no hidden screws or anything either. What you have to do is most people don't have this, so I'm going to open it from the other side. So you have this, you know, this one edge over here, and then you see the sponge thing over there. Basically, this entire metal frame is just kind of sticked onto the screen. They used a sticker, not a adhesive tape, not a screw. So just look what I'm doing. Put it in there. Put it deep. And then the silver part comes off. And then this top part pops out with the sticker coming off. And then you're going to take the silver, the gray chassis off. I know, what an inconvenient design, really. It's one of the worst design I've ever seen. Let's go till there. Let's work on the other side. This whole thing comes off, and it just kind of curl up like that, but don't worry, we're going to put some tape back on. Well, you're going to do that. And then this bottom part, there are also screws. At this point, let's actually curl up this hinge, just like that. Same thing for the other side. They're pretty strong, so. And then you can take off this bottom part. I know, imagine, I'm going to take off these top screws. One over here. One on the other side. Comes off, and would that thing actually just come off beautifully, please? Oh, there's a sticker on the bottom too. Yep. Probably later when we put this new screen back on, you probably have to flat this out when you put this on there. But that's about it. I mean, the screen. And now we took off the top part. What we have to do here is probably take off the bottom part and just see. Actually, let's take this off. Yeah, just pops. These are pretty loud pops. Pops, pops, pops. Ooh. I really wish none of you have to go over this process. As the thing comes off, and that was a secret. Now I could take off this bottom screws. There's one on the other side too, which is right here. And then now the screen comes off or something. And remember, there's still there's some kind of tabs here. Let's not try to bend the frame. And there it comes off, and now there is a screen cable, which just is there a sticker on it? Oh yeah, there is. There's a sticker on the other side. Gently take off the screen. Take off the sticker, and this thing comes off. And there's a broken screen. Woohoo! And this is how it looks like. Ta-da! I know they have this little cool thing saying this is a Samsung screen. And there's a connector. I believe this is 30 pins. Yeah. That's a tough one. And then when you put it back on, I guess you have to put this on and then put this cover hinge on. Make sure you put these two screws on and put this hinge on, and then put this whatever this thing on. Whew. Yeah. I wonder how tough it would be doing this with this whole bottom thing attached to it. God, that's terrible. Anyways, what I would do here is, most of you guys will probably have the screen ready to go, but I don't. I just ordered it today. So I would just put this thing back on here so it doesn't get bent any harder. Actually, well, I'm going to put it on.